This is the Nectar Premier 13-inch mattress, and my honest first take is that it feels like classic memory foam done with a modern cooling twist. When I first laid down, the cover had that cool to the touch vibe that makes you go, okay, nice. And then the foam let me sink in slowly until my shoulders and hips felt fully cradled. It's medium firm by spec, but the deep contour makes it feel plusher at the surface while still holding me up underneath. Unboxing wasn't glamorous. The box is heavy, around 78 pounds, and moving it took 2 people. As soon as I cut the plastic, it inflated fast and made a faint hiss. The smell was real. It had that fresh foam chemical kind of odor that needed time to air out. From my experience, you'll want windows open and 24 to 48 hours before it smells neutral. It's listed as CertaPur US foam, which usually means lower VOCs, but the initial off-gassing is still noticeable. I let it expand a full day before sleeping on it, and it reached full height at about 13 inches. Key features worth calling out are the 13-inch profile, a cool-feeling top fabric with phase change material, thick contouring memory foam on top, strong motion isolation, and a 365-night trial with a forever warranty. In my opinion, the 3-layer setup is what defines the feel here. The top is about 3 inches of gel memory foam that molds to you. Then a transition foam that makes movement easier, and a denser 7-inch base to keep the whole thing from sagging through. If you've never heard of phase change material, think of it like a thermal sponge that absorbs heat at first to delay warming. It doesn't make the bed cold. It just slows down how quickly you heat up the surface. My first week felt fantastic as a side sleeper. My shoulders and hips sank in evenly, which meant no numb arm and no pressure hotspots. The foam has that slow melting response, so when I press my hand in, it takes a second to bounce back. That's the classic memory foam feel people love for pressure relief. It also means the bed is quiet, no coils, so 0 squeaks. And the motion isolation is elite. My partner could roll around or get out for water, and I barely felt it. If you share a bed and wake up easily, that's a big deal. Temperature-wise, I notice the cover feels cool on contact every night, and the first stretch of sleep stays pretty neutral. Later in the night, especially on warmer evenings, I did feel it getting warmer under my torso as the foam held onto my heat. That's the trade-off with deep contour. More hug means less airflow around your body. Breathable sheets and a light comforter helped. I wouldn't classify it as a hot bed, but it does gradually warm up. If you're a very hot sleeper, keep that in mind. Edge support isn't its strength. Sitting on the side, it compresses a lot. Lying near the edge, I could feel some roll-off if I drifted too close. That's typical for all foam builds without reinforced perimeters. In a queen, you just lose a little usable space around the edges compared to a hybrid. From my experience with setup and day-to-day use, it works best on a solid platform or slats with close spacing. I ran it on a platform with slats under 3 inches apart, and it felt stable. If your frame has wide slat gaps, add a bunkie board or a solid piece underneath. I also tried it briefly on an adjustable base, and the flex was smooth with no weird creases. Comfort over time is where I paid close attention. For the first few months, it felt consistent. Deep relief with my spine staying level. Around the 9 to 12 month mark, I noticed the center softening a bit where I sleep most nights. Not a crater, but a looser feel that made me adjust pillows to keep my lower back comfortable. Rotating the mattress helped distribute wear and brought some of the original feel back, but the center still felt more broken in than the edges. I'll be watching that closely. For context, foam softening is common, and warranty coverage usually requires visible impressions deeper than about 1.5 inches without weight on it. That threshold can be tricky because the foam rebounds when you get off, even if it feels softer while you're on it. About safety and materials, the cover feels breathable and well finished. Based on current spec sheets and what I've seen on recent tags, newer runs of this model use a fabric fire barrier instead of fiberglass. I still avoid removing interior layers and just spot clean the outer cover or use a protector, which is the simplest way to keep everything intact and avoid any warranty headaches. Here's how it performed for different sleep styles. It's perfect for side sleepers between roughly 130 and 230 pounds who want that cushioned shoulder and hip cradle. Back sleepers in that range should also be happy because the foam fills in the lower back without jamming the spine. Stomach sleeping was hit or miss for me. The deep sink can pull the hips down, which arches the lower back. So I'd only consider it for occasional stomach sleeping if you're lighter and use a flatter pillow. If you're over 230 pounds, I think you may compress through the top layers too quickly, which can lead to more heat and faster softening, so I'd lean toward a firmer hybrid in that case. If mobility is a concern, the slow foam may feel like it holds you a bit when switching positions. Not a deal breaker, but it's part of the classic memory foam experience. I want to touch on the feel because it's the most defining part. This isn't bouncy. There's minimal spring. It's a slow, enveloping hug that evens out pressure and keeps your partner's movement local. If you love that temper-style contour, but want something that starts cooler on contact and doesn't feel like quicksand, this lands close to that sweet spot. If you prefer to sleep more on top of the bed and move with less resistance, a hybrid with coils will feel more agile. As for durability, I can say the comfort was excellent early on, and the support is still acceptable for me after many months, but I do sense the core getting a touch more compliant where I lie most. It hasn't crossed into warranty territory for me. I'll keep rotating it and monitoring. Using a breathable protector and stable base seems to help maintain the feel. The trial is generous. Having 365 nights gives you all seasons to judge temperature, and it takes a few weeks for your body to adjust to a new foam bed anyway. If you notice heat building or your hips sinking too much within the first months, I'd take advantage of that trial window instead of waiting. The lifetime warranty is reassuring on paper, though it's important to know the indentation requirements and keep photos of your setup, frame, and any measurements in case you need them. It's easy to set up. Move the box to the room, unroll, cut the plastic, and let it expand. It was sleepable the same day for me, but giving it a full 24 hours made the edges cleaner and the smell fade faster. Standard queen size is 60 by 80 inches and thickness is 13. If you're transitioning from a thinner mattress, your sheets and mattress protector still fit, but deep pocket sheets make life easier. From my experience, the strengths are pressure relief, motion isolation, and that cool on-contact cover that takes the edge off the initial warm-up. The trade-offs are edge support, gradual warming mid-night, and the likelihood of some softening with time that you'll want to manage by rotating. I'd recommend this for side sleepers, lighter to average weight back sleepers, couples who need quiet nights and minimal disturbance, and anyone who prefers a true memory foam cradle. If you're a dedicated stomach sleeper, very hot sleeper, on the heavier side, or you want firm edges for sitting, you might be happier with a firmer hybrid. In conclusion, the Nectar Premier 13-inch queen mattress delivers that deep, contouring memory foam feel with a cooler first touch and excellent motion control. It nails comfort early and gives you a long trial to decide. Keep your base solid, rotate it, and pair it with breathable bedding to get the best out of it. If you fall into its ideal user group, it will feel like a cozy, quiet, pressure-relieving nest. If you need strong edge support, extra bounce, or all-night airflow, consider a hybrid as an alternative. I will update specific information about the Nectar Premier mattress in the comments. Don't forget to catch my next video.